when Bayern press a little bit, he's an important player for them.
And where I disagree with you there is, I just think Giroud over Kepa, for sure. He's more consistent. Obviously Frank Lampard.
You have a World Cup winner in Pavard there. You have experience all across the back line.
Serge Gnabry, come on. Can they be effective in one-on-one counter-attacking situations?
Hasn't been great in recent games. They'll feel confident.
Yeah, I think a couple of things to look for.
They know how to win these kind of ties, and I think this is coming away to Stamford Bridge.
He's back in. They have been really Chelsea kids for Alphonso Davies, who's making a big name for himself. Muller with the shot, first strike, and I sense that's just a taste of what's to come. Cabby is one of the leaders in Frank Lampard's dressing room. And the Azpilicueta throw. And shot, snapshot by Mason Mount.
Well, picking up the bits and pieces on the edge of the box, Mason Mount. Long throw in for
typical of him. Mount. And maybe just slightly caught in two minds in the end. Giroud. European club football now, of course they're desperate to be in it, but to stay in it you need a goalkeeper who stands up well, and Caballero did that. It's a block from Lewandowski.
Good movement from Lewandowski. He's just onside. Rudiger needs to be round on the cover.
Done well here for Barkley. And it just wasn't cut back quite enough for Mason Mount.
And that's what I'm talking about. That time it's a fortunate ball play for, but Giroud does well. Barkley won.
Stepping in with Davies. And Caballero just... Here's Muller to set that up for Lewandowski. He'll get there this time, but he couldn't lift it beyond. Caballero was out quickly again, but it was Lewandowski's ball.
Sorry, Martin. Every time Chelsea try and throw it into these areas and try and play out from there, they're being caught on the ball. It's a lovely little pass from Thomas Muller, the reverse pass. And Caballero once again does really well.
The fallen hero, Kepa Arrizabalaga, got dropped for the next league game. Oh, Caballero is a bit of a spectator to Thomas Muller's thunderbolt there.
Well, he's hit his form again, hasn't he? Just wraps his foot round it. That was a brilliant effort from Thomas Muller. The first touch was good to take him away from Kovacic.
Barkley. Chelsea needing to defend it. So Mount went down. Here's Kovacic. And Mount, across the face of the goal. And it avoided the lunge of Giroud. That's better from Frank Lampard's team.
And it all started.
Crossing early for Muller. Against the frame of the goal, Muller goes again. They're getting closer, Bayern. Unmarked. And he couldn't quite make the most of it.
He's done this brilliantly on 3 or 4 occasions. When the ball comes into, he flicks it round the corner. The on-rushing wide players. Then he makes it and slipped over once.
Here's Mount. Now by Pavard. Calling for a yellow card, but the French referee looks at the French World Cup winner and really interests you, Stuart, the way you should defend in these situations. Lewandowski gets his cross in. And, surely there was some deflection on it. It didn't go directly there. Than Reece James in the Chelsea ranks. So protest, but the free kick's been given.
He just saw the opportunity there to win it before Coman got control.
Goes into that space. Caballero in a great position here. Giroud darting into the middle. Alonso, fresh from his goal at the weekend, goes for goal again. Comes out to James. The other wing-back plays a path and wins Chelsea a corner. That's the kind of cameo, really, that Chelsea are looking to sit battle. Get it back, and Gnabry's done that. James is quick, needed to be. Corner to Bayern again. Yes, couldn't take the risk. He's well up the field. Second half underway. Chelsea still going. Blocked by the goalkeeper. Comes out to Barkley. And Neuer suddenly emerges with the ball again. But maybe the flag went up in the first place.
Well, it's one of those ones where the assistant referee waits and waits and waits until the move is broken.
A slip by Azpilicueta, and here's Lewandowski, who puts it absolutely on a plate for Thomas Muller. Gnabry came in as well, and Gnabry may be the one who's put it into the net, but Muller's taking a lot of the credit. It's 1-0 to Bayern, and Caballero is beaten this time.
Well, there were two players very close to it. Everybody thinks that Lewandowski's going to shoot here. In the end, he cuts it back. Movement from them. And that's a good record, isn't it? 5 goals in 6 minutes.
And they're in again here. Gnabry's in again, and he's placed it to perfection. They are tearing Chelsea apart early in the second half, and Serge Gnabry is at the heart of it. Ruthless from the team in red.
Well, it's brilliant down this left-hand side. Lewandowski involved again. Gnabry with his pace. Nothing too much that Caballero could do differently. He tries to close the angle down. Neuer this time going that little bit longer. Lewandowski does really well to win the header, and then races into the outside position.
Lewandowski. Muller trying to get it back to the... Lewandowski's unmarked in the middle, just behind him. The scoreline. Muller. Gnabry! Would have been the hat-trick. Maybe should have been.
Well, needed better technique to get over the ball here. It's far too easy. Kovacic doesn't pick up Muller, or was picking him up, but allows him just to root.
Gnabry, shots on, still on. Deflected away for a corner. How he has developed from the rather nervous young player that... But mistakes can happen, and Mount perhaps showing a bit of his inexperience to not look up to see what might have been on. It was a good bit of anticipation. Double Champions League winner, of course, with Barcelona. Lampard with a substitution. Willian! And no one could get the final touch. But it's more progressive, it's more penetrating.
Well, that's what Willian can do, but also Davis a bit sloppy with his defending there. Doesn't really show him one way or the other. Allows him just to take an easy touch down the...
Alphonso Davis. Lewandowski to tap it in. It's 3-0. It's a classic counter-attack for Bayern Munich, and the reliable goal scorer, one of the most prolific that the Champions League has ever seen, goes to the teenager who's storming through his career from Canada to Germany, and here in London he's putting on a...
Looking at the cutback to start with, he was standing and sad, and then he realised there was going to be...
That's good work from him, whereas Lewandowski got to the cutback. Abraham didn't quite have the same run in him, and it was a slightly different situation. He had less time to think about it. Runners either side. Is he going to go for goal himself? And the ball was played. Chelsea half-heartedly asking for a penalty. Again, the referee was very well placed. And it's red. So it gets worse for Chelsea. On the VAR review.
Oh, he's silly.
Disaster.
Yeah, I don't think Frank Lampard will agree.
From Europe, as Mount might get in the end, and they are protecting Thiago from a second yellow card.
He was excellent though throughout the game. He's been...
Corner, which is hung up towards him, and he might have scored with his first... Difficult, but if they get another one, and here's Coutinho. Management, his first season at this level. A lot of experience as a pull.
The shape's been good, they've dominated the game, and they've been ruthless.
A slip by Azpilicueta, and here's Lewandowski, who puts it absolutely on a plate for Thomas Muller. Gnabry came in as well, and Gnabry may be the one who's put it into the net, but Muller's taking a lot of the credit. It's 1-0 to Bayern, and Caballero is beaten this time.
Well, there were two players very close to it. Everybody thinks that Lewandowski's going to shoot here. In the end, he cuts it back.